Welcome back to the channel, hope everybody's doing well. And in today's video we're taking a little look at our Gossen Metrawatt Coil Adapter Extra. Primarily because I was minding my own business, carrying out a rotor influence check on this motor using the MOSFET IM Xtra. I did it with all the resistance values, and then I started doing it with the coil adapter here, just to see if you got different readings with the rotor in different positions. And whilst I was going through that test, this promptly failed on me. I'll hit the start button, as you can see there, and as you can see there's no clicking to be heard. It goes discharge and I've got no reading from the instrument, which is not good at all. I will just show that it looks like it is this actual adapter and not the meter itself. We just need to stop that test. I'll unplug this and we'll plug in. Luckily enough I still have the old adapter, so we can utilise that one temporarily. We don't need the blue leads, so we'll take him off. Plug our red and our black in there, and then we'll go for the start again. And then you can hear it clicking away, and we've got our reading. Our reading is pretty much the same as well as when I had this coil adapter set up, so I could continue carrying out the test. It did fail on me. Rotor influence check is a fair few number of readings really, done over 10-degree intervals over half turn of the rotor. Obviously one for each phase, and we failed at 120 degrees on the third test, so that was test number 38 it failed on, and I continued testing with the old adapter and got the test completed. So what we need to do is chuck our motor out of the way and have a look inside this Coil Adapter Extra and see if we can see what's wrong with it. So we're into our coil adapter. This was a lot easier to get into, just 4 screws in the side that were standard T10 Torx, and they're out, unlike our old one here that was the screws hidden behind the labels, and they're security screws as well. That was a bit of a pain to get into, but this one doesn't have any such problem. Also, unlike our old one that operated off a gas discharge tube, it looks like this is operating off some sort of MOSFET there. So we'll give it a little test. I know this is not the right test for a MOSFET. The actual MOSFET as well I have identified. It is from Rome Electronics and is an SCT 3080KL GC11. That's a 1200 volt 31 amp N channel. It's actually a SiCFET, a silicon carbide MOSFET to give it its proper title. And they cost around about £17, so if it's just this that's blown, this could be a cheap solution. We'll have a look here. We've got a dead short there, we've got a dead, that's just as good as short there, and swap our leads around, reading the same. Yeah, no, we are in circuit, so it may well be that part of the circuit is giving me an issue, but that's not what I was expecting. I would expect a high reading across some of these really, because what are we looking at? We've got gate drain source, so across these two I would expect 5 ohms. In either direction, so I think what I'll do is I'll drop that out and see what it's like out of circuit, and if necessary get a replacement and stick that back in and see what happens then. So this is our old FET that's been removed. We stuck a new one in. A diode test will be better to look at with these than the resistance test that I used last time. And if we go across our drain and our source, you can see here we've got a dead short. that way, and we've got a dead short going the opposite way as well onto our gate. We've also got a short. So I don't know whether this will do it. If everything is short circuited on this, then that means that high voltage may have got through from high voltage on this into other parts of the circuit, and that may be causing me a big problem. But you can see here I am open that way on new one, and we've got a standard voltage drop. Whoops, if we don't touch the terminals together. That confused me then, I thought I'd blown it out straight away. So yeah, that appears to be in slightly better condition than our previous one. So we'll reassemble this, and all we can do is give it a go. Said if this doesn't fix it, then we've got a very big job on our hands. But this is out of warranty now, so I've not lost anything by replacing the FET in here, really. Giving it a go at least. And then, if it fixes it, I'm quids in. If it doesn't, I'm going to be quids out, because this now, I can't find this for sale within the UK. My previous supplier of this appears to have stopped dealing with Gossen Metrawatt. There is another supplier in the UK that deals with the meter, but they don't have the coil adapter. Unless I approach them, they could order it for me. If I can't, then I'm off to Germany, and in Germany this is 435 euros. So yeah, probably what, 390, 400 quid. I don't know what the exchange rate is now. A lot more than the £17 for a replacement MOSFET. In the USA this is $408. But we'll set him back up and we'll see if this has fixed my fault. So we have reconnected everything. We're back in coil test mode. We're in high. We're set to U to V. And we're going again. Good news indeed. So now we need to change the adapter over. And everything's auto now. That's the advantage of the coil adapter in comparison to the old adapter that they made, that you can do a fully automated test, which is good. So why it popped, I do not know. I've looked through the instructions. There's nothing about the number of tests that you can utilise this for. I've had it for 18 months now, something like that. So it's been testing away, no problems. Admittedly, the tests on this motor were one after the other, whereas normally you'd only do like the 6 here, and then it would get a rest. So whether it overheated, whether it was a voltage spike, whether it's a combination of this quite small motor and the coil adapter there, don't know. But that's just gone through its test all okay. So we're all back up and running, which is great news to me. Saved me a lot of money, that one. So that'll be it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you found it useful, and I'll see you again in the next one.